So we're going to start with Chloe's song, We Are Human Beings. And as we sing it, we will take it through the three modes that we've covered. We're going to start it in Ionian. We're going to then move it to Aeolian. And just to complete the set, we're going to try it in Dorian. And then just as the mind goes into overdrive, we're going to come back to Ionian where it was originally set. I'm going to share my screen just so you have the words, and we'll have a go. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are feeling, we are revealing, we are healing who we are. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are finding, we are unwinding, we are minding who we are. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are seeing, we are freeing, we are being who we are. So there was the Ionian mode. We can be human beings in different modes, and to give expression to that, we're going to try this one in Aeolian. If you're unsure, maybe you want to listen for the first verse, but join in if and when you feel comfortable. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are feeling, we are revealing, we are healing who we are. Let's sing verse 1 again. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are feeling, we are revealing, we are healing who we are. Imagine yourself somewhere in eastern Russia with a few Cossacks or so singing the second verse. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are finding, we are unwinding, we are minding who we are. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are seeing, we are freeing, we are being who we are. Can you hear anything different in this different mode about being and freeing and seeing of yourself? So, Dorian, we are human beings with a raised da. How about that? We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are feeling, we are revealing, we are healing who we are. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are finding, we are unwinding, we are minding who we are. We are are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are seeing, we are freeing, we are being who we are. And returning to Ionian, we are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are feeling, we are revealing, we are healing who we are. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are finding, we are unwinding, we are minding who we are. So put in a harmony if you like. We are human beings, and we are sounding who we are. We are seeing, we are freeing, we are being who we are. So how did that feel? How did that movement, that modulation feel? If you are a keyboard player, you might like to know that in Ionian I started on E, this was in C, so a C major, and then when I moved it to Aeolian, the starting note was a G, and it became a C minor key, and then we added that raised Da in the note of A in C minor, and that gave us that very different feel again before returning to Ionian, where the starting note was on the E in C major. So that was just a bit technical for those who have keys and who are wondering where you start on your keyboard. I had great fun working that out this morning, and it's put me in the right frame. So how did that feel, and what did you feel was the difference between those three different renditions? If you can just unmute yourself and share with us, that would be super. Erin.
Hi, aloha. Thank you.
Welcome.
That was such a beautiful, medley. And I loved how you just went directly into it, and just brought us all with you. It really helped me to feel the different qualities. Um, it's amazing to me how how it brings me to this inner landscape, um, inner emotional landscape. The first one, the Ionian, is like joining hands and skipping across a wide open field in the sunlight. It's that kind of, joyful moving forward toward the light, really, and, being light in a way. And then the Aeolian is distinctly different. And so fun to find the notes in my own head and in my mouth and ears, how challenging it is somehow to go from the Ionian to the Aeolian at first. And then the mood shifts, and I was feeling like, yeah, we're now in this dense fog and kind of feeling our way and a little unsure. It's a lamenting kind of, you really get that strong kind of passion through the field is more looking downward at the dew on the grass, and feeling the chill. Yeah. And then the Dorian was like, oh, do you hear that bird over there in the tree? That's bringing in this positive note that's lifting the lid off of the drudge, the trudging through the wet grass. And so there's this hopefulness. Um, yeah, so quite wonderful to just feel that subtle and yet uplifting quality in that raised, I don't even know what it is. I'm not a musician really, but I can totally feel that, the hopefulness. Yeah.
Thank you. Such a poetic way of describing it. And what I love about this is that really we manage entirely through the body to enter into the emotion of it, and then the pictures come, and you articulated that so beautifully, how the landscape changes as we move from one mode to the next. And to have them side by side, it's almost like you're taken on a walk, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a different room, in a different picture, rather than have it 1 month or 1 week and then they're kind of disjointed, but joining them like that, it's almost like we're taken through a workout of our own personal emotions. So thank you, Erin, for that lovely articulation. What else did you notice, experience? Or you might like to share just how your journey is evolving in and through these modes. Because it's now been a substantive journey that we've been on together.
Good morning.
Annie, welcome.
Thank you. This was so lovely because I've been practicing these. I even got a cheat sheet for the modes that allow me to, put things in different keys and that, suit my voice. So that I'm not screeching. And what you did today in song form was so remarkable because, rather than just doing sa re ga ma pa and practicing the scales and trying to get those, it's so much more meaningful and present and beautiful to me when it's in a song form. And this was, what an amazing journey through the 3 modes. I felt very deeply. I can't even describe it at the moment. I'm just so delighted to have this because I'm excited now to work on that, and maybe in some other songs too that Chloe has done, just to see how that works with the different modes. It's amazing. I didn't even think of that. So thank you. Beautiful gift. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you to say that. I did try 1 or 2 other songs. It's easier with some than it is with others, as you might appreciate. So it's worth exploring a bit how that works. And also sometimes the words are particularly suited to one mode. So if it's like a longing song, it's much harder to sing a longing song in Ionian than to take a song like we've just sung, which kind of allows for different experiences, because with these different adjectives, healing and feeling and revealing, there is that spaciousness within the song already contained. So I think the tune kind of allows for that modulation between the 3 modes. Fantastic. Great. Well, there's more to be said, but this is a practice group, so I want us to return to the practice, and I want to share with you actually something that you have shared with the group over the time of our practice, and that is the different words that come to mind when we travel through the modes. So I would like us to start with the Ionian, and you will see, if you just look for the moment or at the picture, that at the paragraph of adjectives or descriptors that pertain to the Ionian mode. And just spend a bit of time looking at the words that really you have shared with the group as we have been working together over these months. And as you read these words, just starting with the Ionian, see if you can connect with the emotion, because that is really the key to receiving the gift of the modes, is that we connect with the emotion and don't just do this in our heads, as it were. So see if you can feel the carefree nature of the Ionian, the compassion, the contentment, the smile, the strength, the simplicity, the vulnerability, and see also how you yourself have described this mode, and the others too, as we will see, as quite complex modes. So it's not so simple just to say, well, this is the happy mode and this is the sad mode. It's a lot more layered. And I like that, actually, having gathered your own impressions of these modes. I'm literally giving them back to you. And if you would like to take a screenshot, I can make it towards the end. You can see all of them together. But for now, I would like us to stay a bit with the Ionian. And actually, I would like to send you into pairs into just to connect with the emotion and then to sound with each other in Ionian. Don't let your head worry that you're not getting the notes right. Really, in this first hour today, we're really starting with the emotion, with the descriptor of how this feels, this mode, and then let that be our guide as we practice. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes each. It's not going to be long because I want you to experience the different modes in different ways. So 3 minutes each in pairs. Take 3 minutes to sound what it feels to smile, to be joyful, to feel comfortable, and all the things that you have listed in this. Does that make sense? Did I explain that well enough? Excellent. Good. So I'm going to stop sharing and put you into little groups. I'm going to send you a little note after 3 minutes to change over, and then we'll come back. Geeta, how would you like to work this? There's two of you on the same screen. What works best for you there?
I was just going to say right to you, because I think the number of people we are, with you out, will be the two of us together.
So
don't split us into anybody.
Okay, well, let's see if I'm successful in that. If I don't, then I'm sure you'll be creative about how that works.
Sure. Yeah.
Let me see how this goes. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, I think that may have worked out. If not, we'll have another shot later. So off you go, and I'll see you on the other end. You will find yourself just by yourselves, Geeta and partner. So That should work. If you join your own room, then
But we were in guided room 6, so I hope nobody in room 6 is by themselves.
yes, I moved Jill from room 6 to
Oh.
another room, so then it's just yourselves now.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Thank you.
See you.
Still there?
Welcome back. How was your Ionian experience? What did it feel like? Julie, you enjoyed that? Yeah.
Yeah, that felt so light and just expansive. I'm wondering why I don't sing in that mode more often.
Ha ha
I like
ha.
that a lot. Thank you.
You should come to Britain and sing it during a British summer. You would cheer up the whole country.
All right, I'm coming. Here I come.
Excellent. Good stuff. Brilliant. Who else? This is really about connecting with those emotions that give rise to our sound. And once we make that connection, we will never lose the sound again. Our minds will never again wonder, what the heck am I supposed to sing? Because you're just dropping into whatever the emotion is that is wanting to be expressed at any given time. And Sheeran, I see something at the tip of your lips. Is it going to come out?
You spotted my hesitancy, but yet my wantingness as
There
well.
you go. Welcome.
I felt free as a bird. Can you hear me?
I hear you well. Thank you.
I actually felt, I think I felt that joy that is actually the joy of the true self. That's what I think I was feeling.
Beautiful. The joy
Yeah,
that is our birthright
a
too.
birthright. Yeah, yeah. I felt really free and joyful. Yeah, beyond words. Yeah.
Great.
It was
Thank
very,
you for just allowing that out, because sometimes joy is repressed because the head says there's so much to worry about and there's so much to fear about and there's so much suffering, we can't possibly be just joyful.
Mhm.
We can't, it's almost like embarrassing, in the face of all the bad news, to allow ourselves this joy that is there. And as I say, it is our birthright. And I think even in the darkest moments, there is no necessity to abandon the joy, because it is the one thing that may save our life. It's the one thing that may save us from just going over the precipice. So just to allow that experience first and then expression, because as we express it, we begin to share it, and we might just sow the seed for someone else that this could be okay, this could be allowed.
Could I
And
just say one more thing as well, Rolf?
indeed,
Side by side, I can actually feel the vulnerability, because by showing the true nature, this almost a tearfulness it's accompanied by this tearfulness. Now, I'm not really sure, is it the vulnerability or the fact that I'm allowing myself into this place that I maybe can go there more often than I do. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but I do feel that, yeah.
thank you. And if you remember the list and how many different feelings there were, I think you've just given yourself the answer, that it's likely to be both and, isn't it? It's never quite as neat as we would like to make it, or in a box, or like, oh well, there you belong here and you belong here. Often when we open the door to feeling, a whole mixture comes out, because every emotion says, "Oh, thank God, she's allowing me, she's sounding me." Oh, oh, what a relief, what a relief. And the tears may just be tears of relief that we're just giving ourselves permission.
Yeah. Thanks, Ralph. It was good.
Many thanks, many
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank
And
you.
for that Irish accent, to me, that's music just before even any note comes out. It's just beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Have a look at the chat too, where people are posting, their own experiences without using the spoken word. But joy and bird-like from Helga, playful, I think, from Katie, innocent, natural, musical, and again, giving myself permission to be happy. Homecoming. There is something about homecoming with Ionian. It's just like, I recognize you. It's the first mode that we're born with. It's the mode of the nursery rhymes. It's our homing note, if you like. Brightness, celebration, all of that and more. What I love about these lists, we can keep adding and adding and adding, and it becomes just a more beautiful expression of what these modes are. Fantastic. Well, let's allow the Aeolian mode to enter us, just as we have given permission to the Ionian mode to wash through us. And for this one, I would like to share another of Chloe's songs, which to me really encompasses the overarching feeling of longing. And I'm going to share it with you. I'm playing it on a starting note of A and A minor, really, for those of you who are keyboard or instrumentalists. And so here we are. Everywhere, longing in my eyes, until here in my own house, I felt truth filling my sight. Everywhere, longing in my eyes, until here in my own house, I felt truth filling my sight. So drop into that longing as we sing again. Everywhere, longing in my eyes, until here in my own house, I felt truth filling my sight. Leave the words out, just go with the tune. Have a look at the list of words that you have gathered over these last 3 months that are connected with Aeolian. There's so many jewels in here, so many amazing turns of phrase. The one that stands out for me today is, it is where the veil is lifted and denial is not even an option. I love the association with Scotland. We can do Aeolian in Scotland. Give us a rainy day and Aeolian is just instantly kind of, yes. Yeah. But there's the other part, the solemnity of it. The tenderness. Just, you can go really silent, really quiet with Aeolian. There's warmth around it. If you really make space in your mouth as your instrument, it can be just like velvet. And there's a warmth around that. And yeah, there's so much in there. So take another 3 minutes each and drop into this feeling of this room of Aeolian. I wouldn't even call it one feeling given what we have here. I'll leave you in the same pairs. It makes it easier. And yes, we'll be back in about 7 minutes or so. So here you go. Madeline, would you like to join your room? Or have you left the room? Okay, Sarah, I'm going to send you to room 9 so that Dale is not on his own. Is that okay?
Lovely, thank you. Yes.
Okay, here we go. Hi, Madeline. I sent someone else into your room because Dale was kind of lonely there.
I'm dealing with an emergency with someone on the phones right now, Rolf. So
No problem.
thanks.
Just take your time.
Okay, thanks. I'm back.
Welcome back. Would you like to sound in Aeolian?
Wow. After all that experience, right?
Well, I'm just wondering whether that would be a welcome way of channeling it. Just take all the words away that were said on the phone and just allow the sound.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. You've started already.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay, keep it going. Leave the
Oh.
words out. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Oh, oh.
Oh, my friend was having fumes from burning plastic and she wasn't sure what to do with it all and calling from miles away.
Yeah, yeah.
And 80 years old.
Yeah, yeah. Just see if you can. 80 years old.
Oh.
Ah, there you are. You've got the gas. Ah, that's your key for your Aeolian. Ah. Yeah, go for it. Keep going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah, brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See how that dislodges it instantly? It just
Yeah.
means you're not holding on and the mind keeps it turning and makes it more and more of a story. But you kind of say, okay, I've heard that and I'm releasing it. Ah.
I didn't know what to do.
No, no. And in the moment you can just witness, can't you?
That's why I picked up the phone.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's how life presents us with stuff, doesn't it? It's not like, well, you can phone, in half an hour when I'm finished here. But no, it comes in. And then it's where we bring the sound in as almost like coming alongside us to go, ah, ah, and off we go. And then the emotion has a place to ride on then.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get stuck here, which means...
Well, yeah, I guess my heart was starting to, because I just finished talking to her before we got on the call, and then when she called back, I thought, oh, something's happened.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mm. I'm just sending a little message so that people have a chance to debrief from their experience. Yeah, yeah. Well, just sit for a moment and allow yourself just to recover, because there is a recovery thing going on here when we are faced with unexpected experience. Mm. Mm.
I can feel the vibrations in my body now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they are sound. They are sound that is kind of saying, will you hold on to me or will you release me?
Yeah.
And we have a choice in every minute to hold on to that sound, that vibration, that frequency, whether it's dense or whether it's light, it's just frequency. And when we see it as that, then it just begins to flow, and it can flow through us too, which is lovely.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Liliana, you always look, you're like you're about to present some kind of physical workout or so with your headset. I'm just waiting for you to lead us in some kind of breakdance routine or something. Welcome back, everyone. Liliana, how was that for you?
It was beautiful.
how to say. I just love this Everywhere Longing song from Chloe.
Mm.
I wasn't practicing lately. I'm sorry. It's just, but it is just beautiful to come again.
Mm.
You know, you feel the difference.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I was so in different daily routines.
Mm.
So this coming back is so powerful.
Mm.
I can see sometimes, I'm not sure if I can express the emotions with words with such of clarity,
Mm.
but I know it's working. You know, it's like it's there and it's so powerful.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes it's like I need to get or my guitar or my drum that help me to be here, you know, like embody
Mm-hmm.
the process. So yeah, and I just so profound this mode.
Mm.
Thank you, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Well, your voice says welcome home.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Tara.
Yeah, that was quite emotional. When I first started to sound, my throat was closing up. It was like, I don't want to go here. So, and when Erin sounded, it was incredible. I could just feel the emotions coming up in me, but rather than them being like scary and I can't go there, it was just they danced all the way up from my root chakra and danced up, and the emotion came out. But it was this sound. I just felt held. So I feel quite vulnerable saying this, but I thought, you know, it's to me, I've really now felt what this is about. So grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. And isn't it interesting, the mind suggesting that this is a dangerous thing to do, but when we do it, something happens that shifts the space and it becomes a holding space. And also to share that with someone else, that's where we see the importance of the witness, because sometimes we are too close to ourselves, and to give someone else an opportunity to sound, something shifts in us that maybe then allows us to also come alongside and to say, yeah, it's possible. Because you do it, you kind of model it for me, and so I can do it too. Beautiful. Thank you. Linda.
As I was listening to Claire sing, which is a gift always, I had the sense that my heart was being excavated so that it could hold more of any emotion, certainly the longing and the yearning of the Aeolian, but also once that space was created, it could hold the joy and the bliss and the others. So it just, when you use the phrase a holding space, I very much felt that, and as Claire was singing, the space just expanded. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. What a great turn of phrase, the heart being excavated. Like we're mining for treasure in our own hearts. It's such a gift, and a gift that we don't have to travel far to receive. We give ourselves the gift in this permission giving, in this entering this sacred space. I want to thank all those, well, all of you for taking that witnessing and listening stance when you're not sounding. In a way, you feel sometimes, well, I'm just passive here, but don't underestimate the importance of that role of being a human, a fellow human presence that simply by its presence gives permission for the other person to sound and creates that space in which we find ourselves. It's really profound, and it's beyond words, but we experience it every time we're in a pairing or a triad, the gift of presence of the other person that says, your sound matters. It matters to me in this moment. And here's another experience that invariably we are invited into a silence that really requires no words. Where beyond words, there is this space opening up. And to me, it's the greatest mystery of this work, that we are engaging in voice work, and the gift is this deepening silence. It's not something I've ever understood when someone has explained this to me. It's something that I've dropped into, just like we've just all done here. And it's almost like, oh, there you are. And there you've been all along, but it's just been too busy up here. And it's taken a whole hour for us to just go, huh. And then the silence spreads out. We haven't given the proper attention to the Dorian mode, but you now know what to do. So take the list as we have put it together. If you can take a screenshot or a photograph of that to complete your set. This is obviously an evolving work, a work in progress. And once you've done that, and for those who, for whatever reason, didn't do this at the beginning, here's the whole list for you. So if you want to take a full shot, and we've noticed it's not really complete, because every time we enter this space, there are other experiences. And I remember Erin starting us off just at the beginning of this hour with an exquisite description of what it felt like. And you will have your own way of describing each mode, which makes it very personal.